Hello, hello, hello. So I am so glad to be back on here. I'm making a commitment to myself again to be back on live. I did my 365, and it was from October 15th of last year until October 15th of this year, and then I took a rest, which sometimes I do lives in my my group for my store. So if you guys haven't heard, I've opened up a store, me and my daughter, a crystal shop called Soul Ties. And so we have a group in there, and we have a group and we have a page, and in the group I do live videos sometimes about reading, sometimes about stuff that we get in the store, new crystals and different stuff that's going on. But I have been missing this, getting back to what I really love to do and tell people, actually teach people what I've learned through my spirituality, through my journey of just waking up. So 7 years ago, like everybody should know by now, if you're new here, my name's Suzette Denny, and I make videos on spirituality, experiences that I went through in my life to become this higher consciousness person that I am today. Now, I believe this is a journey that I'm always going to be on, so I'm always going to be going up more higher consciousness. And what it means to me is letting go of old belief systems that no longer serve me and no longer serve other people. So the other day, one of my old friends put on a post about waiting is the hardest part. So with the energy that, because I'm wanting to talk about energy, and I'm wanting to talk about the waiting energy. If you know me, then you know I wrote a book, and I self-published, put it on Amazon. It's called Believe, The Journey Back to Love. And in that book, it says, like attracts like energy. So when I seen her putting like attracts like energy out there, I said, or putting the wanting out there, I said that's a like attracts like energy. Because it's all attracting the same energy. Everything that we do, we're attracting the same energy. So if we're putting lack out there, we attract lack. If we put want, you're attracting wanting. Wanting is a lack. It's far from you because it's not here. You're wanting it. So when she said, I'm waiting for this, then you'll keep waiting. I know a lot of people don't know about energy. I mean, we all know about energy because you can feel it. You can feel the vibe. You can feel like when you're in a room with a person that you like, it's like, ooh, I can be with them all day. Or we've been talking for 5 hours, and it's like, oh my God, that's high vibe energy. But then if you go in a room and you're like, oh, I don't feel like I should be here, I need to leave, then that's your energy telling you you need to leave. But there's also energy that we are not aware of, like the lack energy. If I should do this as a lack energy, the word should. A want energy is a lack of the energy kind of, you're speaking, I want this, but because you're saying I want it, because want is out here, it's a lack of energy. So you have to say, I desire. If you feel the word desire and the word want, desire is like, oh my God, you know, it's here and it feels so good and I desire this to be here. And it's not so much as a wanting energy. A wanting energy and a waiting energy is you're waiting for something to come. So in spirituality or the law of attraction, the waiting energy is you're waiting. I'm waiting for the man to come. I'm waiting for somebody to show up to save me. We all know nobody's doing that. And we also know if you want a man to come, love yourself like you've never loved yourself before and be so happy in your life that you don't see a man coming and he'll show up. You know, the other day, I'm just going to use this as an example. The other day, I'm looking for this Christmas tree, and I want this specific Christmas tree. I wanted this specific Christmas tree. I went there and I said, I want this one. Well, we don't have it in. Come back in a couple days. Okay, go back in a couple days. We don't have it in. And I'm like, I want this Christmas tree. So I go to my daughter's. She has her Christmas tree up. It's so beautiful. And I'm like, oh, I just wanted a Christmas tree. And I said, forget it. I'm not even worried about it. I don't even want a Christmas tree. Woke up the next day. There's my Christmas tree. Because I just let it go. I was just finally like, and it wasn't the Christmas tree I wanted. It's not even at the same place. It just showed up, and it was even cheaper than what I thought it would be. I mean, it just all came. Things come to us when we let go. When we let go of wanting them. We have to let go of wanting them. We have to let go of waiting for something to show up. And I'm not saying, it's kind of a little weird scenario because you're like, well, I want my goal and this is what I want, but you have to say, yes, universe, bring it to me in any way that, like, I wanted this at Walmart. I'm going to Walmart. I'm going to have this Christmas tree. It's going to come from Walmart and it's going to be this amount of money and it's going to be all that. And that's not how it came. We don't know how things come. God gives us what we want every single time, even if it's negative. If you say, I am waiting for this car to come, I want this car and I'm waiting and I'm waiting and I'm waiting, then you're going to be waiting for this car to come. What are you doing to bring this car in? What are you doing? What is your channels of going about it to get it to you? Because we do law of attraction and say, you know, we want this thing and we want that thing. But then we have no action. We're just like sitting here meditating, going, oh, Lord, you know, Jesus, the universe of higher self, please bring me a car, or please bring me a man. And then you expect it to just pop up and there's a man in the car. No, you have to do things to get to the man, to get to the car. Actually, to a man, just take care of yourself, love yourself, know that you are good and loving, and you'll find that. Just like a like attracts like energy. If you put loving and kindness out there, that's what you'll find in your life. This is what's in my life now. Now, in my other life, I call it my other life, my past life, which was 7 years ago, I attracted nothing but narcissists, crazy people, people in jail. You know, I've never even went to jail, but I would collect, whatever, all these negative people in my life until one day I said, I'm not choosing that for me anymore. And I lost everything. And you know, this is the thing. When you choose yourself, sometimes it looks like, holy shit, I have chose myself and I'm scared to death. So I lost my car, my husband, my job, I'm walking because I don't have a car. Are you ready to lose it all? That's how ready you have to be. I am ready to change. And then the universe, God, takes everything away from you and then he builds it back up with all the good stuff. I don't have any crazy people in my life anymore, and the narcissist, and I don't have abusive people in my life anymore. None of that exists in my life anymore because I chose to not be that. But I chose to be nice and kind and loving, and that's what I want my life to be. So I became this. I became the energy of kindness, of love, of compassion, of, you know, not all the time. I'm not saying I don't get triggered and, you know, I'm not perfect. Nobody is. Everybody had, you know, get me hungry or tired and I can be bitchy. But I used to be a bitch all day, every day, all the time. And then I'd be like, well, wonder why everybody else is being so weird and so crazy, and so that, well, I was that person too. You have to change. So I don't believe I was a whole narcissist, but I was a narcissist, and I was codependent on people that I didn't need to be codependent on. You need to be dependent on yourself. And then you need to attract, you need to write it down and say, what energy do I want to attract in my life? And then become that energy. So if you go around people and say, well, I want to attract loving, kind people, then start treating people loving and kindly. Even if they don't, this is not about changing anybody. This is about changing you. They're like, well, why are you being so nice today? Well, because that's what I choose to be. This is the energy I choose to be. And just keep doing it and doing it and doing it. And finally, you'll notice people around you are like, oh my God, she's so nice. And then nice people will come into your life, kind people. I mean, since we've opened the store, like 3 people gave me gifts just out of nowhere. It's love and kindness. It's people want to be heard and seen and have love and kindness. They don't want to be screamed at and yelled at and told what to do. And you're a piece of junk, shit, whatever. Nobody wants that. If you want that, if you want people to change, you change. Because you're not changing no one. I don't care what kind of energy. You could put the energy out as, oh my God, you piece of shit. You're never changing anybody like that. You're pushing them away. So in my book, when I wrote A Like Attracts Like, you have to become like the energy you want to attract. So that's what I wanted to say. I seen a girl and put a post out saying, I'm in a waiting energy. You're waiting. The energy is waiting. I'm waiting. Just let it go. I want, just like I told you, I wanted this tree. I said, I'm going to get this tree. I'm going to go to Walmart and get this tree. That's not how it happened. It did not come from Walmart. It didn't even cost that price. Nothing like it came. When I said I was going to go to Florida, I said, I want to go to Florida. I'm going to Florida. I'm going to be going to Florida. And nothing how it happened was the way I made it. God's back here saying, I'll get you what you want once you let go of the way you think it's coming. Because it never does. But you have to be in the energy of, yes, God, I receive it any way you give it to me. And that's what I had to do. But I was in the same energy. We all do it. We're all human beings. So we're like, oh my God, I'm going to get this. I'm going to get this and this and this and this. And this is how it's going to come. And then finally I said, no. I let it go. I let it go. I just let it go. I didn't say, God, the universe, I'll let it go. I just like, forget it. I don't even need this. Whenever I wasn't even expecting it at all. And the next day, there it was. The next day. And I'm not saying you manifest everything that quickly, but you have to get out of your own way for God to bring stuff into you. Just like me right now, I'd say, well, money can come to me through my store. Or money can come to me through eBay. Or can money come other places to me? Absolutely. My daughter could give it to me. My mom could give it to me. My grandma could give it to me. A stranger on the street could say, here, here's money. And that's what I do. God, universe, let me manifest from all possibilities. People do this. Well, I have to go to work at McDonald's, and this is the only way I'm going to get money. And that's the only way you get money, because you're not allowing it to come from other places. God, universe, higher self, whatever you call it, Buddha, I am open to receive money and abundance in any way it's available. Anyway. Yes, I'm going to this job because I love this and I love to sell crystals, but this is not the only way that money can channel through. It can channel through other places. It's the same with love. If I'm going to get this guy, I want the guy across the street and he's so cute and I can't have anybody else but the guy across the street because he's so hot and I just know that he's going to be the one for me. Well, then you're blocking off any other possibilities because you're just focused on the man across the street, when the man down the street is God's trying to bring him to you and say, hey, this guy's like awesome and has his shit together, and the guy across the street is like a narcissist and you think you want him. That is hilarious. But it's the truth. We do it to ourselves. We are like thinking that we know our shit. And only thing shit we need to know is to let go. That's what we need to know, because God's always led me in the right direction. Even when it was scary and I didn't want to go, I went anyway. He's told me to go to Walmart and I found a thing. He told me to go to Florida and I found a thing. I'm leading with my intuition. Where do I go? Where do I go? Because even the other day, I listened to somebody that told me something. I said, well, I'm going to do what she said, and I did it. No. And then I got back on track and said, okay, what do you want? All right, you do that. I went and did it, and it was a smooth ride. Because you and God are co-creators in life. If you believe it, you are. I mean, you are anyway, but you are in your own way. You are saying, God, this is the only way I can have this. This is the only way that this can be done. No. He's got plans for it to all come in. You ask, what does it say in the Bible? Ask, receive, or ask, believe, receive. Not ask, believe, get all tangled in and try to find the way to get it done. No. Not that you don't do things, you do. You get an expired action like, Lord, what's the best way for me to bring in the man of my dreams? Well, take care of yourself, he says. Okay, take care of yourself. Because he doesn't want you to be a hot mess over here with the man. He's going to bring you a nice, kind man to a hot mess body or a hot mess woman. The dude would be like, who is? I'm not going out with her. He's probably over here going, God, I'm not doing that. So we have to take care of ourselves if we expect. And I have so many women that do this. Well, I expect a man to be this, this, and this, and this. Well, I want him to look good. I want him to take care of himself. I want him to exercise. Do you do any of that? Well, no, I don't have time. No, you can't expect brilliance when you're still down. And I'm not saying we're not. You just have to become it. You have to become it. And why wouldn't you? You have to change your everything. You just have to change. And the reason I'm saying this, and I can speak my truth out here, is because I have done this. I have changed. And anybody that knows me personally has seen my life change. Now, a lot of it's changed inside. So I have more peace and I have more calmness, and I'm not worried so much about things that are going to happen because I just know that God's got my back. Whatever it may be, even if it's a bad thing. Say, my car broke down. People think, oh my God, this is so bad. Well, maybe God's telling you need to get a new car, or, something broke down and it needs to be fixed because it was going to be worse if it didn't. There's always something behind something that we don't know. So, but anyway, I'm off on that tangent. But what I really wanted to say is you have to become the like energy. So don't be in a waiting energy. Just say, there's things I want right now in my life. I wanted the tree. I wanted the tree. And because I was like, oh, I know where I'm going to get it at. I know where, I was pushing and taking the control of it. I didn't get that tree. But I got another one that was better, at a better price, at a different place. When I let it go. And it happens to me all the time. And I'm controlling, I want to control everything, and I know exactly how everything's going to work. I did not want to stay here in Indiana. I did not want to do any of this. I didn't even want to open a crystal shop. I did it all. I didn't realize I wanted to do it all. Now I'm doing it all. I'm like, cool, this is nice, and all this is stuff is coming in, and people's coming into the shop, and the crystal shop is where you can buy crystals, but it's also people come in there and they cry and they have a healing. And they was like, nobody's ever listened to me like this before. This is a place of healing. You can come in and you feel, I have people that come in the store and say, this energy in here, it's just a different kind of vibe. It's high vibe energy. It's high vibe energy, you guys. And that's why I'm doing 2 classes. I'm setting them up as we speak. We're going to be doing some classes. I'll get online and I'll have 2 or 3 days where I talk about different things. and it's about energy and vibration. Because I have a sign in the store that talks about energy and vibration. And if you are in, because you're always manifesting, always, like right now, I'm manifesting. If I'm in a high vibe, I'm manifesting high vibe stuff. If I'm in a low vibe, I'm manifesting low vibe stuff. Like attracts like, remember? So, that's what I'm trying to say. If you're in a wanting, you're wanting. If you're in loving, you're attracting loving. If you're in kindness, you attract kindness. And then you have to become that. If you're not those things already, you have to become those. And then all of that stuff around you will happen. You know, people just bringing me gifts for no reason, that's kindness and love. I've shown them kindness and love. People saying stuff about, well, they are kind women at that store. Well, people said that because we are kind women and we love to help people. Because we've been here in our own helping. We've helped ourselves to learn that this is what we need to do. And you guys have been through stuff. Everyone's been through stuff that they can help another person. You come, I went through this, I came out on the other side. Now let me share with you how you can do it too. Now, not everybody's going to take your advice and do it or whatever, but you can be there for people. That's all you can do. You can't change people. I will tell you this 100,000 times. I cannot change my daughter, my son, my dog, my mom, nothing. And when I first woke up in my spiritual journey, I just wanted to tell everybody, oh my God, there's a different way to live. Let's do this, let's do this. And I believed that everybody was just going to change because I was so excited to change my life. Not everybody is. Not everybody's excited about it. Not everybody wants to go on this journey. It's a tough journey to go on. It's looking at yourself in the mirror going, who are you and what do you want? And what are you going to go through shadow work to get to the other side? And it's crying and screaming and yelling and, oh my God, I believed that for 20 years and now I didn't even have to believe that. And why have people told me this was true when now that's not a belief that I want to carry on with me? So it's a whole thing. And I will put my life coaching page on here, and I'll also put my group. I made a group, it's been a while back, it's called Here to Shine. Everybody's here to shine their light. You have something that you can help another person with. So I'm going to be putting the links to all that in the videos if you guys want to join. But I just wanted to put this, I thought this was so important. I wanted to get back to doing my videos. And I want to help people with my knowledge. I have been through so much stuff, and I just believe that, and I'm being called. I see angel numbers, I hear from angels, and I believe that I'm being called to tell people what I've learned so it can help another person. So that's all I'm doing here. And if I can help you, just private message me. I'll put my link to my my coaching, and then I'm going to start doing some classes about, we can do some about energy, we can do some about, the last ones I did was about let the shit go. And that's the truth. You want to manifest stuff, write it down, and then let the shit go. And it sounds so easy, just like last week I was in this energy myself. It's not easy, but you have to open your mind up to unlimited possibilities of where things can come from. Even a Christmas tree. I was just saying, this Christmas tree is coming from this place at this amount of money and da-da-da-da-da. And nothing like that happened. But I had to come to the point where I had to let it go and say, okay, show me what you got. And if you say, God, universe, higher self, I let this go and trust, they'll show you what you got. They will show you what he's got. He, they, whatever you call it. I know everybody has different religions, people's spirituality and Christian and Catholic and all this other stuff. But we're still, it's just God, energy, higher self, It's love. It's love because God's love. And God always says yes. That's why the energy of want is yes, you're going to be wanting. And the energy of wait is yes, you're going to be waiting. And the energy of should is the energy of I should have done this. So one thing I do want to leave with you guys with is this. Don't beat yourself up at all. No, take should out of your vocabulary. We don't need it. We don't want it. We all make mistakes. Every person in this world, I do, you do, we all do. And then we go do something and say, oh, we shouldn't have done that. We shouldn't have bought that. We shouldn't and shouldn't and shouldn't. We can do and be whatever. We don't have to be mad at ourselves for doing it. We don't. Because that's just beating yourself up. And that's an energy. That's a lack energy that you don't want to be in. All right, you guys. So I'm going to get off for today. I'll put a couple links in this right here if you want to learn any more about energy. Get deeper down into it. But I will be, I'm hoping to come back on every day, even just to talk about something in an expired quote or anything, while I'm making these little bitty mini courses. And then I have a great big course that I'm wanting to make, Self-Love Mastery, which I've already started, and it's already in a private group and all that, but that's going to be a whole big thing, because the whole secret to getting everything you want ever is loving yourself. And I have become this person. I will put myself first always. It took me a while to do it, and it took pain for me to do it because I thought I was supposed to put everybody else first, and that's what I did in my past life, which is 7 years ago. But now I don't. I put myself first, and then everybody else comes second. I'm sorry. That's just how it is. And you can learn to do that, and it's not selfish. It's just it's just loving yourself, you guys. Just put yourself first. And I know people are like, why would you put yourself first? You're not putting the other people. You do. I have beautiful children and grandchildren and all that. And because I give myself loving and caring and kindness, they do the same thing. Even my granddaughter was like, Grandma, you are just this and this and this. And then that teaches her, she can do that to herself too. We are teaching these children that they are allowed to be kind and loving and not screaming and yelling and all, because in the old paradigm, our parents told us, you're doing this and that's how it is. Well, you don't do that these days. We listen and love and care, to our children, to our grandchildren. They want to be loved. They want to be heard, not told what to do. And that's the way it is because I am the boss and I said. No, we don't play that game no more. And then they get to be adults and that raise children that are kind, loving, and caring instead of I have to be in control of everything because that's slack. If you think that you have to control everything, it's because you're scared of something inside of you. So anyway, I better get off here. I could go on all day. I could just talk all day. But I will be back on tomorrow and we will do more, maybe more energy. But let me know what you think about this video. Let me know what you know about energy. I am open for all that. I will put the link to both of my life coaching and my group, and then we will go from there. You guys, I love you so much.